Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, January 2019. I'm charging my mortar cell here, my experimental mortar cell. Uh, right now, she's pulling very much. Milliamps, I think. Let's see if we can get her up there. Come on, baby, you can do it. No, you can't really. Yeah, you can a little bit. Slow that moving. So what I'm gonna do, bring this amperage up a little bit once. Oops. Oh, here we go. So now we're up to 15 volts. And then it's pulling maybe 10 milliamps. I'm going to crank the voltage up a little bit so it starts amperage again. Turn her off. So on. This thing can really pull down on the battery on charge. That can go up to probably maximum on here. But then again, that battery gets awful hot if you try to push an amp or more into it at a time. So trickle charging I think is going to work better, but I'll see. I'm using that little head camera. That's what I like to call it now. It's got a little pinhole in it for a lens. And I got run the darn thing on a tripod, or else I'm get seasick watching me take a picture. So I'm running this one in VGA. I want to see what the probably resolution won't be the best, but no, on the screen it looks pretty good. This little thing holds the batteries. I get them 3 AAA batteries in there, and they're not no good brand. It's just off the shelf standard. And it seems to be holding the charge really good so far. The indicator says it's still full, and I've used it a few times already. I don't know. Yeah, it looks pretty good. That the battery there, see if I can get a little closer here. It's got a little corrosion around the copper. I think it's copper oxide or sulfate, one of the two. And the aluminum, a little bit of corrosion there from that. I use mortar. I mix mortar together, and then I mix well, these are experimental anyway, so I use Epsom salts for the mixture, because I stir them Epsom salts up and some distilled water real good, and mix it with the mortar, add a little bit more to it, stir it in real good, and then stick the electrodes in there. And I've got a flag over the soup can or bean can or whatever it is, just so it's insulated, I think, and that corrosion doesn't eat the can through, because I noticed that while using that, it has a tendency to expand after a while and blow the side out of the case. So I'm trying metal now. I was using plastic, but that didn't work too good. So, usually I can run LED on the. I made some of them little circuits there, them jewel teeth, and put the LED on the end of it. Added a capacitor back in the back that is let's see here. Yeah, right there. Got a capacitor on there to once it pulls the charge out, you'll get it it'll start flashing. The LED will flash after a while because it's not able to pull enough power from the battery to keep it lit all the time. But with the capacitor in there, I found it stores the charge up and kind of evenly distributes it through the transistor and the LED. And booster up, that battery only puts out about 0.6 of a volt. So one of the experiments that I've been doing around here, kind of wasting my time. But now, who knows? Something to do. Now let's see here. I think I'm gonna crank this up a little bit because the voltage is back on again. Let's see if I can get back in position. I love cameras. Okay, that looks good. Well, let's kick her up there. I'll kick her up all the way. Okay, let's see what she winds up with. 20 right now. She's pulling down pretty hard. I got the voltage wide open, so if I bring the current up, right now I'm at 20 milliamps. It could be 20 anything, 24, 23, 20. If I pick her up a little, yeah, there we go. Didn't like that. See if I can bring it down a little bit. It'll pull 30 milliamps, maybe 9, maybe. It's hard to tell. There's no another digit to know. So 30's 30's, 10's 10, and that's as far as you go unless you put a meter on here to measure the amperage, which I could do, but I'm too damn lazy. So she's charging away. I hope it. Sometimes it takes a long time to charge them, and sometimes it don't. It all depends, I think, of the consistency of the mortar and some salts there. But it works, man, and I can get a lot of light out of them. This one here I've been practicing with. I put a little, I don't know if I can see that or not. Let's see here, let's bring it around. I put a little, where am I? Put a little photocell on there too, so you don't have to use the light, use up the power, and it can, then it kind of, like a regular battery, and then it kind of kicks back up and stores up the electrons again for the next time. I've been thinking about putting a solar cell on it and then charging it during the day and then at night using it. And I don't know. It's an experiment. Things to think about. Well, I think I'm going to let you guys go now and shut this thing off and see what it looks like. Maybe I'll come back. Well, I'm back again. I decided to put the ammeter here on the onto the battery to see exactly how many, within one more digit, how many milliamps I really got, and I'm up around 36. So, and that's at 23.2 volts. So, and then I put it on my another spare computer screens up here, so I can monitor the monitor it somewhat. I don't know how that shot is either, but you know, too bad, I guess. See if I move this camera a little bit without shaking too much. Let's see what we can do here. Move a little bit there. That's not too bad, I guess. Yeah, she's running at 36 milliamps right now. Let's see here. Maybe I can change a couple things here. How about the bass off? Does that help? Oh yeah. I've got this set at one shot of it every 60 seconds, so it'll stretch out a little bit. If I go too many shots a second, it gets too long, and then it's hard to do anything with it. But this way I get to at least see what the milliamps are on it. Otherwise everything gets packed down for the amount of samples you're taking, you know. This way it only takes one every minute. We're to 3 minutes, or 3 minutes now. So, a little bit there. 36 down to 35 in about 2.5, about 2 minutes. 1, 2, I would say 2 minutes. I'll let it run a little bit here. So I wonder how much of an amperage that can kick this baby up to before she's pretty good. Right there, she came back up again. Now it's charging on the upside again. It might be just the initial flow of electrons. I don't know. It's all a big experiment anyway, so what you do in Wisconsin when it's nasty outside. And watch videos. Now we're up to 5 minutes. Plateaued off now. I suppose I should really take a temperature of that casing so it starts getting hot and low. don't know if you can see that or not. 69 degrees Fahrenheit. Not getting hot yet. Yeah, she's staying on top there, charging even, at least. I could put that on the load tester too and test out the load on it, but you can't really put a lot on there for load wise before it starts pulling them down to the point where it kicks it out, whatever your kick out on this. Yep, she dropped down now again. Seems to tell me that the electrons are having a hard time passing around here. I wonder if that mortar's just conductive. So now 66. Getting cooler. Must be getting cooler outside again. Basement gets a little colder then, even with the heater. Nope, she went back up again. Wow, that's pretty weird. I hear there's a big snowstorm going to be coming down south of us here, down in Illinois and Indiana, and I don't know how far west it's going to, or how far east it's going to go, but you guys down there, man, take it easy, man, back breaking. I hope you got snow blowers, you know. It missed us. Well, mine's still sitting in the garage. I think I didn't even use it this year yet. It's weather. Especially you, Doug. You look like you're right in the path of the dang 12-inch swath of snow. Snow in there and it's ain't here. Usually it's a blizzard up here. Just the way it goes, I guess. Which way the wind blows. (69.8 Fahrenheit). Up and down, up and down. It's consistent though. It stays within 1 milliamp between 30. Yeah. Now she's down bottoming out. Bottoming out at 35 milliamps. Yesterday, if you watched my video, the allergist told me that maybe 4 weeks or so before everything goes back to normal with me. I was normal before I started this whole thing, and well, it's water over the bridge. .5 Fahrenheit. Now she's back up again. Wow. It's got a strange charging cycle on the straight charge. I got my pulsing charger that I built for these two. I've been experimenting with pulse charging them. I don't know. It's hard to tell. The battery case, I think, stays a little cooler than just pumping it into the machine. Is it getting as much and retaining it? I don't know. Then I got to do a lot more load tests on them to do that. Got to remember everything and write it down or save it on the screen. Or, I mean, a lot of this stuff I can just take and probably put into Microsoft because there's all numbers there, into a spreadsheet or something. But I like the screen captures of the wave or the patterns, the charge patterns, and also that takes a little bit of time because I screen them and categorize them. I'm a lazy bastard. I don't like doing all that work, man, but I like the results. Yeah, I kind of like this little pinhole camera at the resolution. I mean, I got it on the CA resolution right now running, so I don't expect the resolution to be too fine. But you know, I can run in the higher resolution. Seems the battery's better because I'm not really, according to this, that I can see with these poor little eyes here, is battery's still right up to where it was. Little pen lights must be pretty good, little pen batteries. Just gotta make sure you take them out before they start corroding, man, or you got a mess. 62 Fahrenheit. Well, one thing's about it, it's consistent. Looks like the charging cycle seems to be within 1 milliamp charging, so not a lot there. The older they get, the little harder they charge, and if you don't charge them up all the time, you know, give them a charge back until they fix the until it fixes the battery, where it's got a good train for electrons to flow. It takes a while. They get better with age, that's for sure. Drain them, charge them, drain them, charge. They seem to hold up better. And then they got a more of a memory factor that they come right back up to where they, once the load's off it. So, I don't know. Just some observations. And 72.5, she's starting to come up. Must be starting to conduct good. Right back down into the same amount as half. Let's see, it'd be 10 to 15, so 5, a second. $73. I wonder if I can run, how far down I can run this card. I think it's a 16 gigabyte card. I don't know how long, how many recording hours I got on, recording minutes I got on that. Just let her run. Gee, I wish I knew how to get those darn, cut some of this stuff out, man. I could run it the whole video, but I haven't had time to figure it out yet. Well, that seems like a little bit, drop down a little bit longer there, that holds. Lower one. Eventually I'll figure it out. Well, we're working on 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 minutes into the chart. Camera seems like it's still rolling right along. I wonder what the file size is going to look like. Still 73.7. Yeah. More 35 than 36 now. Must be stable. Pulling it down. Then we'll be down to the 3 on the power supply, at least the 0.0. And I could have hooked up, I got another meter that hooks up computer that screen that I got crossed in between the, in between, with the oscilloscope in between, that I could hook up and get the voltage meter going at the same time as the amperage meter, and so and so and so and so on. But that's a lot more wires. But for it compared, if you're really doing a heavy experiment, you know, you should really put as much, take as much material off of what you're doing with the equipment that you got. I could record it too. I'm not in a mood today. I don't know. It's just one of them days. Hopefully this blood pressure allergy thing that I had is gonna let up some. And I'll be think and talk a little better too. Kind of taking the wife to, she's in upstairs in her hospital bed. .9. She has stage 4 bone cancer, and then she's under hospice care, under husband care too. So I'm kind of busy once in a while. I had to have my kids come here while I ended up in the hospital there for that allergic reaction, and it. I don't even remember zine or something. I'm ACE blockers, any ACE blockers. I guess I'm severely allergic to, which I never knew because I never took anything in my life that I, just doesn't make me Superman anymore, that's for sure. Take care of her. Life's rough. Well, I think I want to shut this off and render it up and see what it looks like. I hope the file ain't too big. We'll see you later.